And I I asked him to say my phone number. And he didn't know it. So I left. Hi guys, I'm Livy. I'm a film student, but I also really like to act. So the monologue you're about to watch is from Marriage Story. It's when Scarlett Johansson's character Nicole is talking to her divorce lawyer, played by Dern, and she's basically just telling her the events of her life that have led up to her making the decision to divorce Adam Driver's character Charlie. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you give it a like and comment your favorite movie and TV monologues in the comments below. And if you want to see more monologues, subscribe to my channel. It'll be a good time, I promise. All right, and with that, I will shut up and you can enjoy the video. Well, I was engaged to Ben and living in LA, and it felt like, yeah, I want to make movies and I want to marry Ben, and Jesus, I mean, I was only 19 or 20 at the time, but I've never felt older in my life. Anyway, if I'm being honest with myself, it was like a part of me felt dead, or deadish. I mean, you tell yourself nobody's perfect. No relationship is perfect, but anyway, sorry, so you were asking about Charlie. So I was happy with Ben and aware of the deadness, and I went to New York to visit with this director about this space movie, but like one where they take space seriously, like sex trafficking in space, or I don't know, it's political, or at least they wanted us to think it was. So while I was there, the producer asked if I wanted to go see a play, and it was in somebody's apartment with all the lights on. I mean, it was like nothing I'd ever seen before. It was this strange, surreal, dystopian story, and it was so well acted. And one of the actors was this, big shaggy bear, and he played all of his lines directly at me, which I knew couldn't be the case, but, it felt like it. And afterwards I was introduced to the cast, and the bear turned out to also be the director. And he talked to me, and I talked back. And I realized the dead part wasn't dead. It was just in a coma. And so we spent the whole night and the next day together, and I just never left. And yes, if I'm being honest with myself, the problems were all there in the beginning too. But I was just, I went along with his life and him because, God, it just felt so damn good to feel myself alive, And I mean, in the beginning, I was the actress, the star, and people came to see me, at first, but the farther I got away from that, and the more acclaim the theater got, I had less and less weight, and I just kind of became like, who? Oh, that actress that was in that thing that time. And and he became the draw. And that would have been fine. But I got smaller, and I realized I'd never come alive for myself. I was just feeding his aliveness. And I mean, he was so smart and creative. It was fine. I mean, I don't know, I'd tell him something at home in private, and it would make its way into public conversation, his work, and for a while that felt like enough. I mean, I was so flattered that somebody like him would, find an idea that I had worth trying, or a comment that I made, worth repeating. And then I got pregnant. So, and I thought that having a baby could be ours, could really be ours. But would also be mine. And he was so excited. So, you know, that was nice, you know, for a while. But I mean, kids, they belong to themselves. I mean, it's like the second they leave your body, it's just the process of them going away. And I didn't belong to myself. You know, it was the small stuff, you know, stupid stuff, but, you know, big stuff too. Like, all the furniture in our house was his taste. I didn't even know what my taste was because I had never been asked to use it. You know, I didn't even pick our apartment. I just moved into his. I mean, I made noises about, you know, moving back to LA, but they came to nothing. I mean, you know, we'd come out here like on holidays because he liked my family, but if I suggested we do a year or something, I mean, he just put me off. I mean, it would be strange if he turned to me and was like, and what do you want to do today? You know, I just watched that documentary on George Harrison, and I thought, own it. You know, just own it. You know, be like George Harrison's wife. Being a wife and a mother, you know, that's enough. You know, and yeah, and then I realized I couldn't remember her name. So, yeah, and this pilot came along, and, you know, it shot in LA, and it paid so much, and it was like this little lifeline was thrown to me, and it was like, here's this little bit of earth that's yours. You know, and I was embarrassed about it in front of him, but, you know, but it also felt like, yeah, you know, this is who I am, and this is what I'm worth. You know, and maybe it's stupid, but at least it's mine. And if he had just taken me into a hug and said, you know, baby, I'm so excited for your adventure, and of course I want you to have a piece of earth that's yours, then maybe we might not be getting divorced. But he made fun of it and was jealous, like he is, and then he realized about the money. And he told me that I could funnel it back into the theater company. And I realized he didn't see me. He didn't see me as something separate from himself. And I asked him to say my phone number. And he didn't know it. So I left. Also, I think he's sleeping with the stage manager, Marianne.